Hi and welcome back. Well, first of all, I've got a couple of birthdays to mention today. Yes, Ian Wilson from the Media Animation Department. I've heard he's 20 today. Also, we've got Dominic Wade, our very own Dominic. He's going to be 23 a bit later on today. You'll see him in his red flares later on, starring in The Protractors.
Happy birthday, Dom.
Happy birthday, both of you.
Well, next up, we've got the one we've all been waiting for, the final episode of The Protractors. Definitely the most talked about programme on Genesis. We're going to find out whether that horrible little man with the blonde hair, very ugly, isn't he?
Moustache, well,
He seems to be a bit possessed at the moment, is going to hurt that hard man Hutch and the beautiful yourself.
Well,
so shall we see whether or not he does actually hurt them?
Let's find out what happens.
I do love Paris in spring, Jason.
I do believe it has a certain bouquet.
Isn't that Danny over there?
Danny!
Your mind belongs to me, Danny Rule. Your mind belongs to me.
Jason, Countess, I've been expecting you. In the name of Alphonse Le Chat, it's time to dissolve our partnership. Permanently.
Don't do it, Danny.
Get out of my mind!
Your mind belongs to me, Danny Rule.
You must be under some kind of evil, suggestive hypnosis.
Do something, Jason.
I must obey!
Clear your mind, Danny. Open your mental pathways.
Nothing will stop my plans to return architecture to a golden age and populate the world with young blonde French girls. Certainly not those fools at the Protractors Foundation. I have another scheme in mind for them.
I can't remember a thing that happened.
Well, if it hadn't been for Jason, we wouldn't be here now.
Just a little something I picked up from a monk in Tibet.
This Alphonse Le Chat must be one cunning adversary.
I remember a man called Le Chat used to work for the Foundation's European Research Department when my husband was alive. Hello, Brian.
Oh, hello, Countess. It's not very often we have a visit from our chairwoman.
We've had some trouble with Alphonse Le Chat.
Oh, yes. He was to be quite an electronic genius. Emma, go and get his files, please. I recall he left after an argument with your late husband. No, don't open that Sweeney annual. Once activated, it will inflate into a life-size Dennis Waterman.
And what about the children's toy?
As you probably guessed, this squirts a deadly nerve gas.
I assume this one is for the female operatives.
Yes, well, I've got something to show you. We've taken the Lister Storm out of service and replaced it with something more up-to-date.
What, a Ferrari Testarossa?
An Aston Martin Vantage, perhaps?
Not exactly. It's the very latest in eco-motor vehicular bi-mobility design concept technology. You just can't get the funding these days.
What did you say the address was?
Number 7, Le Rue de Gaulle.
I'm sure we could have got here much quicker on the moped.
Look, it's the Nymphomaniac Warriors.
After them!
Hello.
Let's finish it now.
Not so fast, Danny Rule.
You!
I have a message for you from my new master. You have come too close. Leave well alone.
Who is your new master?
You are acquainted through your mutual hatred, Countess de Cappuccino.
What about Le Chat?
He oversteps the mark. He is no longer a threat to any of us. Do you want to come with me?
Give your master a message from me, monsieur. If I have to travel every corner of the globe, travel every avenue and alleyway of every corrupt city, I will hunt him down and find him and avenge the murder of my husband by using any means I can.
Get in the car!
I'll hunt you down.
I think it's time we had a holiday, Danny.
I hear Venice is quite nice this time of year.
Well, what did you think of that then, Martin?
I thought that was excellent. Yeah, very, very good. Best series on.
We've got the next one coming up. Last week we've got Benson and Hodges again, but we're going to go back to Rob Le Village, you know, the French soap that they made.
Right, Benson and Hodges, La Village. Yeah, of course there was an earthquake, wasn't there?
There was. We've got to go back and see if they've survived.
Yeah, right.
See
And
what's
let's
happened.
just hope there's a few fruit and veg left and that landowner doesn't build.
I'll be Stony Monk. And go on the game.
There, that's the last one. Now perhaps we can get on with leading our lives.
You're bang on here, old son. I tell ya. I thought we was all goners then for a minute, matey.
All's well that ends well, lads. Here, have another.
Yeah, hold on. It's a big Don. What's up, old son?
What's that you say, Don? Apparently the earthquake has made a right mess outside.
Oh, God!
But incredibly, it has unearthed an old Roman village that is under the village. And the National Trust have phoned to say that they can't build on it anymore. It's national heritage. The village is saved. Yes. And the village has been saved. Hooray!
I can't believe it. Just when we're about to get our hands on the village. Mrs. Maracas will be disappointed.
Ahora me duele la cabeza. ¿Esto plano? Es mierda.
Yes, a sort of roadie that's been carried away with the dustman on an early February morning. Jim! Cheers!
Mrs. Maracas will be disappointed.
Yes, a sort of roadie that's been...
will be disappointed. Mrs. Maracas will be disappointed.
Yes, a sort of roadie that's been... an early morning in February. We came that time.
Oh! Dad, have you not seen this?
What's that then, Precious?
This! They want to shut down the village.
Sorry.
They want to shut down the village. Have you not seen Have you not seen this? Sorry.
You probably exclusive.
Early February morning for the there. Sorry. Right, here we go. We're not laughing now. We're just piss bored. Jim! Yeah! Done it! Ole, 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 ole.
Well, that's it, folks, as they say. This is it, the last Genesis for this term. We'd just like to say thank you before we say goodbye. Thanks to Richard Brooking, who's organised everything for us, and to the rest of the lecturing staff and everybody who's been involved.
And the technicians. Happy Easter, everybody, and join us next term when we'll be coming back with some more of Genesis. Next up, Take That.
Fake that.
Oh.
Anyway, happy Easter, everyone.
Do you have problems with overcrowding in the computer room?
Just a minute.
Frustrated you can never get on? Don't you just hate it when that happens? If you use the time effectively, you can find no problems with overcrowding. Between 9 and 10:30 every morning, the computer room is relatively empty.
So assignments can be handed in on time.